Welcome back, everybody. The other day when we were on, we did the plaster cloth, and today, now that everything's all nice and dry, we're going to do Sculptamold. I'm going to try, and we'll see how this goes. I watched other YouTube channels, and they say we got to mix this stuff the consistency of cottage cheese. So we're going to give that a try. Here's the Sculptamold. I ordered this online, so I think it was, I think I got it on, not eBay, what's the other one?
Amazon.
Amazon. Yeah, that's what it was. And I think I had my wife actually order it.
You don't have your own Amazon
No,
login.
I don't.
You're not allowed.
Not allowed. And you just figure out how much you're going to need, put it in there, and then you add the water and mix it up. Should have had the water over here. Had everything but the water. Pour it in. It's what they show how you do it. I'm not sure how much you're supposed to use, but then you mix it up till it's the consistency of cottage cheese or maybe oatmeal.
That looks good, right?
Well, we're getting there. We got to mix it up real good. And if you don't like messy, you might get some of those doctor gloves to mix it with, to put it on. So earlier, before we started this morning, I put down tape on the track so we don't get any of the Sculptamold on the tracks. That's not what you want. So let me see. Let me move it over here so you guys can get a better view. And then you just put it on, slather it on. They say you got quite a bit of time to work with this stuff, and even after it starts to harden, you can work it. If you have a water bottle like this, where you can spray it and just smooth it out with your fingers. And it doesn't have to be real thick. Just cover up the plaster cloth. Because, like I said, after it starts to set up a little bit, you can still move it and put it in the places where you want it. You can, as it dries, you can take a tool, a sculptor's tool, or a knife, anything you want, and you can make little grooves and gouges and stuff in it to make it look like a mountain or a rock or whatever it is you're going for. A lot of the guys get pictures of what they're trying to model, and that's how they do it. They model it right after the picture that they took.
We're not there yet.
No, we haven't really got a model in mind. Right now, we're just trying to make scenery and watch the train run. Now, you guys can comment below and let me know if I'm doing this right or have a better idea, or because I'm open for suggestions. This is pretty
So,
much new to me.
so once you get the Sculptamold on, what are your plans for this area?
Well, I think what we're going to do here, I think we've all decided that this is going to be a industrial area with a couple different companies where we can, drop a trailer here or um, a car
There's a bunch of buildings already. I can't remember them off the top of my head.
Mm. So it goes on real easy. It's not like this stuff is hard. I kind of think about it as like putting icing on a cake or muffin or something. And this will harden. Oh, it'll take a little longer than the cloth did, but to full. I mean, it'll harden up where you can use it and work it and stuff like that. In oh, I think 10, 15 minutes, it's already starting to get a little more solid over here. And by the way, if you're going to put any rocks in here, now's a good time to do your rocks. So this sculpt and mold will make it nice and hard around the rocks, and the rocks stay in place. You don't have to worry about gluing them in.
And those are the rocks that you made?
Yes, a long time ago when I was trying to figure all this stuff out, I watched, I think it was, I can't remember who, I think it was Jason Jensen was making rocks. Some of these guys are just absolute artists doing this stuff. Luke Towan,
Yeah. Fun to watch.
yeah, fun to watch these guys, especially guys that know what they're doing and know how to paint and make, you know, change colors and add colors, and it's amazing. But before I did any of this, I watched a lot of YouTube. And then I said, well, the only way you're going to learn how to do this is to do it. You can't just sit and watch somebody else do it and learn how to do it. Get out there and just get after it. What's the worst can happen?
Oh, you just tear it down and do it
Tear it
over
down,
again.
start over? Or just like life, when something happens, you make a
Few changes and move on.
make your changes. And I remember when I've changed hobbies. I used to play golf a lot, and I found out I've only changed one expensive hobby for
And
another. And I
that's true.
remember when I was learning that game, um, Arnold Palmer says, if you get into trouble, get out of trouble and move on. It's just what we do. And then once we get this all done where we want it, we'll get some paint and we'll paint it. And then, like Luke Towan says, the magic will happen. I'm going to try my hand um, at that.
Oh, the grass.
Yeah, the grass.
He makes it look easy.
Oh, I know it. I'm going to make, what's it called? Static grass. Try my hand at. I got the thing. I got the static grass thing, but
We don't
I've
know how to
never
use
done it before, but we're
it.
going to give her a shot, figure out how to do it. I mean, like I said, Luke Torn makes it look really easy. But he says that those projects and dioramas he doesn't do them in 30 minutes. Usually takes him 2 or 3 days, sometimes longer if he's doing water scenes and stuff, because that water takes a long time to dry. There we go. It's just a little mound. Things have started over here on this one here, but I don't think I'm gonna have enough of this to cover the whole thing. I'm gonna have to go make some more, but it's all right. There's one batch. I can make another. Oops. Yeah, so if you guys have done this before, just let me know how I'm doing, if I'm doing this right or not. Just take your time and put this on and make it whatever you want it to make, because this stuff it's pretty easy to work with. Looks like anyway. Make your little peaks and valleys and niches and in your mountains. And I think I'm going to have to make some more to finish this up. So we will return with some more sculpting. I got a little bit more to do. But we're going to make some more.
Now, could you color the?
Absolutely. A lot of guys do. They put in a little acrylic paint and mix it in, and then you have brown or green or whatever color you're going to put over there in there already. We're having a hard time finding stuff like
Seafoam.
seafoam. Yeah, the Super Tree stuff. We went online and we found a site, but it was hard for me to read. I didn't want to order something that I didn't want.
So we're going to plant seeds in the next month or so.
Yeah, we're gonna
See if we can grow it ourselves.
yeah, maybe we can grow it ourselves. If not, then we'll have to figure out something else. Just make sure you get everything covered. We're having a bit of a challenge here. We don't know what we want to do with the next section. And if you guys have any ideas, let us know what you'd like to see us do next in that section. It's to my left. It's all flat and there's really nothing there yet. And I know I want to put in some hills. In that back corner, I've started gluing foam down for a mountain. Don't know if we're going to do any tunnels though. If you're ever online or if you're ever on YouTube, go to DJ's Trains. He used to work for the railroad. He may still, and he was saying, you don't just put a tunnel someplace because the railroad does not just put in tunnels for no reason. They have to have a reason. They're very expensive, and they would rather go around something than through something
That's true.
because it's very expensive to do. Now, you notice this is starting to get solid, so you can start moving stuff around. I better start over here where we first started, though. Start moving this. Yeah, see, it's starting to get hard already. And you just move it around like that with your fingers. Smooth it out. Now you got to realize mountains aren't perfectly shaped. They have ins and outs and ups and downs, and you got crannies and nooks. So I just try to get the high spots and knock them down a little bit. And then I take my little tools and make little lines like where the water runs off and little grooves. We've got a pretty good size layout here. So we're going to have some input for what you guys want to see on the layout. We have
What's the size of the layout?
well, this is 4 by 20. Then you've got a section over there that goes across the back there that's 4 feet out as well. The center section is 8 or 7 feet by, I'm not sure how many feet that is. And then you got the whole back side over here. So there's going to be a lot to do. And we could always, like I said, use the suggestions of what we
Want to
should,
see?
what you want to see us build. And if we can accommodate, we will. And if we can't, well, we'll tear it down and do something else. I've seen layouts on YouTube that are 40 years old and they're still working on it. If that happens, you'll be seeing my kids doing this, not me. The other part of our trio is working today, so he can't be here. But he's here in spirit.
He'll be here this weekend.
He's the one that does the editing
And talking.
and the talking at the beginning. Okay, I think I'm gonna call that good. And then it'll be ready to do something with tomorrow. Or yeah, tomorrow morning. Yeah. There you go. So you see how easy that is. And wherever you're going to do mountains, put down your cloth, come back the next day or a couple hours later and put down your sculpting mold, and it should be good. And that'll harden by tomorrow. And then I can come out and paint or sculpt it the way I want. And then paint. Because they make, I think it's Hobby Lobby, they have a real good artist inventory, and I know they've got sculpting tools over there for sculpting. To me, they look like dentist tools. And you can carve these however you want. Make them look like sandstone or whatever kind of rock formation you're looking to do. I suggest you find a rock formation that you like in your area or someplace you've been, get a picture of it, and try to make it look like that. Thanks, guys. I enjoyed it, had a good time. Hope you did. And we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for riding along with us.